Here's the plan, which is there is no plan. As a type A person, this is crazy to me. I don't even have a plan for what I'm going to say in this video. All I know is that from here on out, I'm done with trends. I'm done with follow this statistic and follow creator insight. No, you know what? I'm too whimsical and I know myself enough of what I want to put out. I know that if I decide to do trending things and whatnot, just to get the numbers to hit a certain market, that way I can achieve my goal of being able to live off creativity and creating a world where I can build communities and encourage people to do the same. It's not because I'm gonna do trends or follow this and that. Yes, it does the job of numbers, but it's not doing the thing that I think is important in life, and that is living a fulfilling life in both your input and your output. And that means the stuff you input, so the things you consume, the things you decide to allow in your life, and the output, your creativity, the people, the things you do for the people you care about, and even on the internet, because we can't help that that is obviously something in discussion. I know one thing for sure in my game plan is I'm gonna make whatever the hell I want. I realized this past month, because this past month I've sat down and thought, okay, here's the number one thing I know in my life, which I mentioned. I want to be able to live a fulfilling life, and that means being able to make a living, because we live in a world where you need to consider that, of course. Make a living off being able to do things I love and care about and do the same and share that with other people. Whether that's through performing and creating music, providing advice through philosophy or wellness or slightly spirituality. I'm not that well versed in it, but I'd love to explore that together. This is stuff that I know I want to do, and following trends where I already know that I'm part of a niche. Like, I'm part of a niche because sometimes when I talk to people, obviously these are things that I just can't talk about or share the same practices or whatnot with. Yet I'm choosing to follow trends, which honestly, in this time, I feel like if you haven't felt it already, we're heading in time where people are kind of getting over the fact that things trend and boom, boom, boom. Like, it's a lot of here this and here's and pop up, pop up, pop up. We sound like a freaking marketing ad. When really, like, I want to go back into YouTube because that's where the community delves into whenever I want to feel grounded or be part of community. And also because we lack so much third space now, I want to go back to YouTube and have that. And how am I doing myself any justice or right by not doing the same in my output? So that's why I say the plan is to make whatever the hell I want. I also have sat enough times and written in my journal about, okay, but what is it I want to say? And what is it that people need? Because I'm probably feeding the same things to someone similar that goes on here and is like, well, I want to do XYZ. I'm a multi-passionate person. How the hell am I going to transform my life and do this? And you know what? It starts by getting to know yourself and doing whatever the hell you want. Make your own terms, make your own rules, and the right people will find you. How are the right people supposed to find you if you're doing what everyone else is telling you what to do? Like, there are things that I've avoided doing and progressing because I have done pretty well in content creation in terms of the rave scene. At one point, I was doing content creation for all top 4 rave companies in Australia, and that burnt me out. And this is where I'm getting at with this message. If you keep doing things based on what will trend and do well, you're going to find yourself burning out, because one thing is, it might not align with what you want to do and who you are. And then you just completely start from zero, or be like me who burns out and has to rebuild every single time. No, I want to be able to be proud of what I make, find a reason that aligns with my values and reasons and my why. And that's the thing that's going to keep me going consistently, because I'll never want to be like, oh, I've attracted this crowd of people, but this is the only thing that works well. No, I rather let it grow a little further, like my progress, like let it take a few more extra years, then happen instantly like this and also go down instantly like this. Because I rather it take a while, because at least I'm enjoying the process. At least I'm gonna be the person that's like, you know how many years this took me? It took me this many years to grow it, but I believed in myself. I stayed consistent, persistent, and true, and we're here. And this video is half advice for you. This video is half me venting about what I want to do. Because, yeah, I definitely also want to just quickly add, during my rave content influencing era, I wouldn't say I've strayed, but I'm definitely transitioning and I'm trying to find that middle ground, because part of me still stays true to I love having fun, I love raving, I love going out. But the other part of me is like, well, routine, persistence, and doing these consistent habits to achieve everything is another thing of me. And how do you combine being multi-passionate and doing that? And that is literally being yourself and doing your stuff. I feel like there's a lot of videos out there that tell you sit down and write it down. Obviously, definitely do that, especially if you've never done it before. Literally sit down for a second and reflect. Like, see yourself in the third person. Know yourself a little better. Go on a little date if you have to. Go on an exhibition that you really like, or like a show, and sit down like, wow, this makes me feel alive. Why? Why does this mean so much to me? And that can easily correlate. Half of getting to know yourself is, yes, sitting down and planning and writing it out, but also doing it, living life. Some of my greatest ideas, or realizing what I want to do for this channel, what I want to do in life, comes from living life. Or sometimes I'll just be sitting, driving, doing the most mundane thing. I'm stuck in traffic and I'm like, oh my God, all these ideas have popped up in my head. I can't wait to go home and write this down. Or if I can safely, I'll type it out. The mundane moments in your life are sometimes needed. Like, I sometimes sit in traffic, and when those ideas come up, I'm like, wait, thank God I was in traffic, because I would not have any time to come up with this. It's this thing of intuition. Obviously, and I hope this is something that's very blatant. Obviously, I'm not saying go in blind and hope for the best. But in order to get you started and to start something that is true to you and you can continue for the rest of your life and keep going and keep going and keep going, you gotta know yourself. You got to know yourself. How can you present yourself to people and get them to understand your gist if you don't even know yourself? If you don't know how to present yourself? It's so important. And I need to follow that as well. Because I'm not gonna lie, I got wrapped up in the what trends and what I need to do. And I'm like, how does this correlate? I know I have many interests, and I know I have niche interests that people will probably like and will benefit. What the hell is doing these trends doing? Like, it's completely missing the right people. Like, the right people are gonna be like, this video is not for me. Because I do that. I look through videos, and when I see that typical like template of, I'm like, okay, and what? I don't feel alive. I don't feel human. I'm not gonna get into AI in this. I was about to talk about it, but just do whatever the fuck you want. And that's what I'm gonna do from now on. I don't care about numbers. I don't care about what's trending, what sounds to use. I'm just gonna post. I'm just gonna post, and the right people will find me. I think Rose from Blackpink said it best, something along these lines. I rather have a really good small community than be robot famous and known all over the world. Because when you have that small niche of dedicated members of your community that are in the same vibe and same motivations and goals and values, you kind of bounce off each other. And that's why I say community is so important. And that's why what type of community you're trying to reach out to and make and choose to stay in is so important, because you bounce off of each other. We are social beings. We bounce off of each other. Because I'm bringing this up because, well, I find myself really stuck on, I want to be in performing arts more. I don't know how to push forward this business, because I am getting back into performing arts again. I have a theater degree. I'm getting back into performing arts. I'm starting to get the gist of making music, and I already have an EP and a concert, and I'm starting a clothing brand with my friend. And I often get stuck like, I'm going nowhere. Like, nothing's moving. I'm doing all this hard work at home and nothing's moving. And part of it literally is, first of all, actioning the thing you want to do. Like, reduce the time of your thought to your action. Like, the moment you're like, you know what, I should do this, do it. But the other thing is finding the community. Because then you realize, like, your ideas expands a bajillion times more. Like, you find the networks and you realize everything is everywhere. Like, I had a year where I was just freelancing right after uni. I had no like permanent job. So I was just taking random gigs and doing everything here and there. And then suddenly, with no intention, I was the designated lighting designer, and I now know like the Melbourne dance community. Like I have some connection to the Melbourne dance community. I haven't danced since I was in high school. I would say I'm a dancer first, but I haven't like dabbled in that community, and here I am. I was a personal assistant for a fashion collective for a very short time, and now that's another market of or group of people that I just know people, like I'm mutuals with people, like I just know people now. The raving scene is like the most obvious one because that's the one I was most active in. But literally, if you just show your work to certain communities of people, like just one, you'll be surprised how far it takes you and how easy it is to prove that whatever your passion or interest is and you want to be known as, if you just first of all do the work for yourself and then show it to someone and then present yourself that way, everyone else will easily believe it. Like, especially like as me, someone from Melbourne, the moment you show you can do it or just show that you do it and you tell people, by the way, I'm showing you that I do this because I do this, and then especially to the right community or just to a community of people, they will believe it. They will believe it. There are times that people come up to me and they're like, oh, you're the artist. I'm like, I'm a singer. Because I had a time where I was promoting my music and hustling that out. I might not be doing it actively, but there are people that literally have this impression I'm an artist. There's another group of people that have this idea that I'm a lighting designer. There's another group of people that know I'm a musical theater kid, so the fact that I'm raving is crazy. There's other people that know that I'm a rave influencer. Like, it's insane. It's actually insane. Use me as a social experiment. All these things have happened in a span of like 3 years. Like this is about to be the third year. Things happen so fast, and if you just action it, like the moment you think about it, oh, I literally have no portfolio. I want to be a videographer. Let me make one video. Let me post that video. Let me clip that video into multiple bits and post it everywhere. Let me do another one. Ooh, random gig, I'll do it. Let me show people that I'm getting hired for this. People will believe it because you just put it out there. Like no one's really digging that deep to be like, wait, but are they actually qualified? No. You just show up enough times and say it enough times. Like, click your heels 3 times. I'm home. I don't know. Just repeat it enough times. You'll believe it. Everyone will believe it. And next thing you know, you're doing it. And then you're like, wait, I don't remember how I got here because you just did it. You just did it. And that's something I have to tell myself. So that's my game plan. Just do what I want because the main thing is just to do it. Not sponsored by Nike, but it's crazy how we overcomplicate things to rush a process. Anyway, I'm posting again next Thursday. I just wanted to post a rant because I need to let that energy out. Bye-bye.